Here is the content for lesson 15. If you're busy, please at least watch this section about ています。置きます。to put, to place. ここに荷物を置いてください。Please put your stuff here. 作ります。to make, to produce. 今晩はカレーを作りました。I made curry tonight. 売ります。to sell. このお店はドーナツを売っています。This shop sells donuts. 知ります。to know, to be aware of. It's a group one verb that ends with the いる sound. X を知っています。I know X. X を知りません。I don't know X. 住みます。to live. 東京に住んでいます。I live in Tokyo. 覚えます。to remember, to memorize. It means to learn something by heart. ひらがなを全部覚えました。I memorized all hiragana. 思い出します。This one also means to remember. However, 思い出します is used when you remember some information that you have already learned in the past. あ、思い出しました。Oh, now I remember. 研究 research 研究をします。to research AI を研究しています。I research AI. 資料 materials, documents この資料を見てください。Please take a look at this material. 服 clothes 彼は服を着ていません。He is naked. 製品 products どんな製品を売っていますか？ Kind of products do they sell? ソフトウェア software It's often shortened to ソフト経済 economy 市役所 municipal office City Hall 高校 High School 高校生 High School Student 歯医者 Dentist 歯医者に行きたくないです。I don't want to go to the dentist. 独身 Unmarried person 彼女がいますけど独身です。I have a girlfriend, but I'm not married. Alright, now let's move on to grammar. Verb て form plus もいいですか May I do the verb? Verb in the て form plus もいいですか is how we ask, May I do the verb? Can I do the verb? It's used to ask for permission to do something. いい literally means good or okay. So てもいいですか literally means, is it okay to do the verb? So it means, may I do the verb? This も right here is optional. It's also okay to say just ていいですかていいですか But adding this も makes it sound a little softer. It adds a little bit of it's okay if you say no type of nuance. How would you say, may I take a picture? To take is 撮る or 取ります。It's a group 1 verb. The tet form is 取って。If you want to review how to make the tet form, please watch the video for lesson 14. May I take a picture? 写真を撮ってもいいですか？写真を撮ってもいいですか？ If you want to say yes, you can say はい、撮ってもいいですよ。Or just はい、いいですよ。Or you can also say はい、もちろんです。Yes, of course. はい、もちろんです。Or どうぞ。Yeah, go ahead. どうぞ。If you have to say no, you can say いいえ、撮ってはいけません。No, you must not take a picture. いいえ、撮ってはいけません。We're going to learn the grammar of this in the next section. But this one sounds a little strong. It's like it's prohibited to take a picture. If you want to sound a lot softer than that, you can say すみません、ちょっと. Oh, I'm sorry, it's a little ... すみません、ちょっと. You don't even have to say anything after. I mean, you can if you want to, but just by saying すみません、ちょっと, the other person will get the message. Now, how would you say these sentences in Japanese? If you like more time, please pause the video. May I use this pen? このペンを使ってもいいですか？このペンを使ってもいいですか？ May I go home? うちに帰ってもいいですか？帰ってもいいですか？ Can I take a day off tomorrow? 明日休んでもいいですか？明日休んでもいいですか？ Can I turn on the AC? エアコンをつけてもいいですか？エアコンをつけてもいいですか？ May I sit here? ここに座ってもいいですか？ここに座ってもいいですか？ Can I put my stuff here? 荷物をここに置いてもいいですか？荷物をここに置いてもいいですか？ Can I eat here? ここで食べてもいいですか？ここで食べてもいいですか？ Can I park my car here? ここに車を止めてもいいですか？ここに車を止めてもいいですか？ Verb tet form plus はいけません。You must not do the verb. Verb in the tet form plus はいけません is how we say you must not do the verb or you're not allowed to do the verb. いけません literally means not good. So てはいけません literally means it's not good to do the verb. Therefore, it means you must not do the verb. How would you say you must not take a picture? 写真を撮ってはいけません。写真を撮ってはいけません。In conversation, especially in casual conversation, this 手は often gets contracted to ちゃ。写真を撮っちゃいけません。写真を撮っちゃいけません。Now, how would you say these sentences? You must not drink alcohol. お酒を飲んではいけません。お酒を飲んではいけません。You must not smoke here. ここでタバコを吸ってはいけません。ここでタバコを吸ってはいけません。You must not swim in this river. この川で泳いではいけません。この川で泳いではいけません。You must not enter this room. この部屋に入ってはいけません。この部屋に入ってはいけません。Verb tet form plus います。Verb in the tet form plus います has many usages, and it's a very important grammar point. In the last lesson, we have already learned this usage, what's happening at the moment. 今、日本語を勉強しています。I'm studying Japanese right now. It can also express what has been happening. 1時間前から日本語を勉強しています。I have been studying Japanese since an hour ago. It's also used to express what happens repeatedly. 10年間日本語を勉強しています。I have studied Japanese for 10 years now. And it can even express that something is in the resultant state of the action. For example, 扉が開いています means the door is open. In conversation and also in casual writing, this "い" is very often omitted. So like 勉強してます。扉が開いてます。So again, ています has many usages, but in any usage, it always expresses that something is continuing at the moment. So continuation is the key word. 今、日本語を勉強しています。It's saying that the action of studying Japanese is still continuing at the moment. It hasn't ended yet. And it doesn't specify when it started. It may have started a second ago or a while ago. That's why it can also express has been doing something. 午前10時から勉強しています。I have been studying since 10 a.m. It can also go way back in time too. 46億年前から地球は回っています。The Earth has been rotating since 4.6 billion years ago. As long as the action is still continuing at this moment, you can always use this ています。And this action doesn't necessarily have to go on constantly. So that means it can also express habitual actions that you do repeatedly. 10年間日本語を勉強しています。I have studied Japanese for 10 years now. It doesn't mean I have studied Japanese for 10 years straight without taking any breaks, but it just means I have had the habit of studying Japanese for 10 years now. And also, the action doesn't have to be repeated at regular intervals. As long as you think the chain of the habit of studying Japanese hasn't completely stopped, you can say 10年間日本語を勉強しています. Even if you had a little bit of hiatuses here and there. So this ています is perfect for telling people what you or other people do as a job, for example. 彼女は日本語を教えています. She teaches Japanese. たまにリモートワークをしています. I occasionally work remotely. We also use ています for the action that has already been completed in the past. In that case, it means it's still in the resulting state of the action. For example, let's say a door opened in the past. To open in Japanese is 開きます. If someone says 扉が開いています, that means the door opened in the past. The door changed its state from closed to open, and that resulting state is still true at the moment. That's what it means. So basically, it means the door is open. Again, also in this usage, ています expresses continuation. The resulting state is still continuing at the moment. If you say 扉が開きました using the simple past tense, it just means the door opened. It doesn't specify if the resulting state is still true at the moment. And 扉が開いていません means the door didn't open and it's still in that state. So basically, the door is not open. So like this, a lot of adjectives in English are expressed using ています in Japanese. 疲れます to get tired. 疲れています. I became tired in the past. My state changed from being not tired to tired. And I'm still in that state. So basically, I'm tired. That's what it means. 疲れていません is I'm not tired. 結婚します to marry someone. 結婚しています. I'm married. 結婚していません I'm not married. 知ります to know. X を知っています. In the past, I learned or became aware of X. and he changed the state from not knowing X to knowing X. And that state is still true at the moment. I haven't forgotten X yet. So basically, X を知っています is how we say, I know X. However, for some reason, 知っていません is not how we say I don't know. I don't know X is X を知りません。知りません。You have to use the present negative form. Consider this one as an exception. You just have to memorize that I know something is 知っています and I don't know is 知りません。知りません。持ちます means to hold something in one's hand, or it can also mean to own something. X を持っています。I own X. X became mine in the past, and it's still mine. X を持っていません。I don't own X. Now, how about this action? 宿題をします。To do homework. 宿題をしています。What does it mean? Unlike the other words, this word doesn't describe a change in state, or at least that's not the focus. But still, I guess we could say that state before is not having done homework, and the state after is having done homework, right? So it's possible and grammatically correct to say 宿題をしています to mean I'm in the state of having done homework. However, in most contexts, we would just say 宿題をしました. I did homework instead of 宿題をしています. Because the state of having done homework is not reversible. You can't really undo your homework. So something like this would never happen, right? Sure, I guess if you tear apart your homework or if you burn it, then maybe you can say I'm back to the state where I haven't done homework. But who would do that? It's a little psychopathic behavior. So just saying 宿題をしました, I did homework is enough. There is no need to specify that the resulting state is still continuing at the moment. It's redundant. For some verbs, the focus is on a change of state, and the state can go back to the original state. After you open a window, someone can close it. After you marry someone, you can get a divorce. After you get tired, you can rest up and feel no longer tired. After you know something, you sometimes forget it. So specifying that it's still in that state using ています serves a purpose. On the other hand, for some verbs, the main focus is not on the change of state. They just simply represent an action. However, one may argue that every action can cause at least a little change in the state. However, for these actions, once you do it, you can't really undo it. Once you eat, you can't change the fact you ate. Once you play tennis, you can't really undo it. So specifying it's still in that state using ています is redundant. So just using the した, the simple past form, is more common in most contexts. However, here's the thing. If this state too refers to a specific state that's temporary, then it's a different story. Here's what I mean by that. So again, in most contexts, 宿題をしました is more common than 宿題をしています. However, 宿題をしています becomes the more common option in a context where having done homework implies a specific temporary state, such as this person no longer has to do homework. So that means this person is free. He was not free before, but now that he has done his homework, he is free. And being free is a temporary state. So specifying that state is still continuing at the moment using ています serves a purpose. So it's very natural and common to say a sentence like もう宿題をしていますから今夜はたくさんゲームをします. I'm in the state of having done homework, so I'm going to play a lot of video games tonight. Here, what I'm actually implying is I'm free now, so I'm going to play a lot of video games tonight. So like this, if you are implying a specific state that's temporary, using ています becomes a lot more common. Another example. お酒を飲みます to drink alcohol. お酒を飲んでいます is not commonly used for the usage of resultant state. お酒を飲みました is more common, unless you are implying a specific state that's temporary. For example, when you drink alcohol, you get drunk. You were not drunk before, but you became drunk and you're still in that state. If that's what you're implying, this お酒を飲んでいます becomes very natural and common. For example, お酒を飲んでいますから運転できません。I'm in the state of having drunken alcohol, so I can't drive. What I'm actually implying here is I'm still drunk, so I can't drive. Another example. When someone asks me, お父さんはどこですか? Where is your father? I might say, 仕事に行っています。Here, by 仕事に行っています, he's in the state of having gone to work. What I'm actually implying is he is at work, which is a temporary state. 友達が家に来ています。My friend is in the state of having come to my house. This is very common and natural, because what I'm actually implying is my friend is at my house. So back to 宿題をします to do homework. So again, with actions like 宿題をします, which doesn't really describe a change in state, this ています for the usage of result in state is not common, unless you're implying a specific subsequent state that's temporary. But in most contexts, the simple past is the safer option. However, the negative form of ています, which is ていません, is common in a wider range of contexts. For example, if someone asks me, 宿題をしましたか? Did you do your homework? Then I would reply saying, 宿題をしていません。宿題をしませんでした is also okay, but a little unnatural, because it means I didn't do homework. It can sound like I chose not to do homework. I intentionally didn't do homework. It doesn't always mean that, but it can mean that too. But that's not what you want to say here. You want to say you have an intention to finish the homework, but you just haven't reached that state yet. So 宿題をしていません sounds very natural here. If someone asks you, 新しいジブリの映画を見ましたか? Did you watch the new Ghibli movie? Instead of まだ見ませんでした, you want to say まだ見ていません。まだ見ていません。Alright, now let's practice using ています together with me. First, for the usage of what's happening right now. If you want more time, please pause the video. I'm waiting for the bus right now. To wait, 待ちます。今、バスを待っています。今、バスを待っています。My boyfriend is drinking beer right now. To drink, 飲みます。私の彼氏は今、ビールを飲んでいます。私の彼氏は今、ビールを飲んでいます。Next, for usage of what's been happening. I've been living in Tokyo since last summer. To live, 住みます。去年の夏から日本に住んでいます。去年の夏から日本に住んでいます。Today, I've been working since 8 a.m. To work, 働きます。今日は午前8時から働いています。今日は午前8時から働いてます。Next, for the usage of what happens repeatedly. Toyota makes cars. To make, 作ります。トヨタは車を作っています。トヨタは車を作ってます。Every day a lot of people get married in the world. To marry, 結婚します。世界で毎日たくさんの人が結婚しています。世界で毎日たくさんの人が結婚してます。Lastly, for the usage of resultant states. It's sunny today. To get sunny, 晴れます。今日は晴れています。今日は晴れてます。It's cloudy today in Japan. To get cloudy, 曇ります。今日日本は曇っています。今日日本は曇ってます。The light is on. To turn on, つきます。電気がついています。電気がついてます。I'm not thirsty. To get thirsty, 喉が渇きます。喉が渇いていません。喉が渇いてません。 Do you know his name? To know, 知ります。彼の名前を知っていますか？彼の名前を知ってますか？ I don't know his name. 彼の名前を知りません。Again, the common mistake is 知っていません。But I don't know in Japanese is always 知りません。I still remember that summer. To remember, 覚えます。あの夏をまだ覚えています。I don't remember how to read this kanji. この漢字の読み方を覚えていません。この漢字の読み方を覚えてません。I already know カタカナ。もうカタカナを勉強しています。もうカタカナを勉強しています。Did you already eat lunch today? 今日もうお昼ご飯を食べましたか？今日もうお昼ご飯を食べましたか？ I haven't eaten yet. まだ食べていません。まだ食べてません。Alright, that's all for this video. 今日も最後まで見てくれて本当にありがとうございました。Alright, じゃあまたね。